There is always an open invitation to get outside. I love when it snows. I know some people might think this is crazy, but the best thing ever is getting outside and shoveling the driveway. I mean, maybe I should consider quitting my day job and just start shoveling because isn't it the perfect combination? It's like the most crisp, fresh air and exercise. We do have a snowblower that has maybe been used a couple times, and I would be very sad if my hubby got out there and used it because I genuinely love to shovel. Too bad I didn't feel the same way about laundry. Sometimes we make things way harder than they need to be. Sometimes we make this whole plan in our mind and things have to go a certain way. So to get outside, you basically just need to like roll out of bed and walk out the front door. You don't have to get ready to get going. So here is a tip if that doesn't feel good to you. You just have to have a variety of toques and hats because you can wake up with this craziness, this bedhead, and you just need to throw on a toque to create a hairdo. It looks like you're all put together. And so I have a variety because I like to switch it up, but you simply roll out of bed and throw in your favorite toque. If it's wintertime, it's wintertime here a lot, fall, crispy in the mornings. Or you could just grab your favorite hat, throw in a hat, and you're ready to go. And if that doesn't do it for you, the next thing I have to say is throw in a pair of sunglasses and you basically look like Hollywood. Like you got up, got ready, did your hair, got all glammed up to go outside. So it's so easy. Grab yourself a couple toques or a few hats or a pair of shades and get outside.
When I was growing up, we spent a lot of time outside with my family, camping, and I really got a sense of happiness outside. So it was really nice when I had my own family. I tried to spend as much time being outside, going camping and walking and biking, just like a sense of adventure outside and just to bring that happiness to our lives.
Happiness is getting out and running with a friend. When we strip things back and peel things away, it is those little moments of simplicity that just bring so much happiness and so much joy. There's no need to complicate things. It can be so easy and so simple, yet sometimes we make it so dang hard. When I sit back and think about the things that make me so happy and so joy-filled, it is always in the simplicity.
it's just the sounds that you hear outside. Lots of the birds just remind me when I was a kid, or the sound of the campfire, or just even the tires of a bike on the pavement. It's a memory, and I think it just sparks happiness for me, and it just, yeah, I really like it. I really enjoyed walking around the Crystal Lake Pond, or Crystal Lake, with my kids. We spent many summers walking around that lake. I liked walking on the Muskosibi trails in Grand Prairie. I had an acreage that I spent many mornings and many nights walking the loop around there, and those are my favorite places.
So my running experience consisted of running from a bee, running through the sprinkler, or basically playing tag. So I shocked myself when I actually signed up for a 50K, not me all by myself, but with 5 other people. And I have 7 kilometers that I have to run. So I've been out kind of running, walking, or I wouldn't even call it running, maybe like jogging. And so it's amazing what you can do, what your body can do when you just get out there and take the first step.
Well, I've never been a runner. I ran a little bit a few years ago, but just recently I was walking with a friend and she went home, and on my way home I thought, I just had this urge and I felt like I needed to run. So then I went home and I ran a little bit at home on my treadmill, and I have a friend who is a big runner, and I was talking to her about it, and she told me about this app that could help train me. So then I downloaded the app and I started following that, and I started running at home and outside, and it just, yeah, it's been a very good experience.
Any other knowledge or wisdom you want to share with us today?
I don't know, when you feel the urge to run, I guess that's your sign to start becoming a runner.
Sometimes we've got to recalibrate after a storm has come through and turned everything upside down. A storm that has left us bewildered and wondering how we might ever come back to feeling that feeling of peace and grounded and centered again. One way to get rid of some of that pent up, stagnant energy pulsating through our bodies is to run. We go through some really tough times on this journey of life, and some days we're really just putting one foot in front of the other, and that's all we need to do. One step, one foot. And then one day, somehow, we end up reaching the other side of the storm. There are times when we get there that we don't realize that some of the debris has stuck around and stored itself in our mind and our body. So we've got to purposefully shake things up again and get rid of it all. Running helps in this process.
To do a run. I think that my first one might be the Mega Bounce run with my daughter this summer and a friend. So that is the goal. I've always wanted to try one, so that's my bucket list. About 3 years ago, I was inspired to do the 75 Hard Challenge. And in that time, I had to do 2 45-minute workouts. One of them had to be outside. So I walked around my acreage outside, usually in the morning. And in that time, I had my podcast playing. And it just really made me reflect on myself as a person and on my life and who I am today. And then I went through a tough part of my life last year, and I decided to challenge myself, and a friend took me on a hike on my first mountain. And in that time, I really learned a lot about myself. I think I owe that hike, I owe getting out of my rut to that hike, because I really learned who I was. I challenged myself mentally, and I was able to just be alone with my thoughts, and I really grew. I've always been one to question whether I can do things, and I was just very proud of myself for hiking up that mountain and not ever having that thought in my head, am I going fast enough, or am I too slow? And it was just a sense of accomplishment once I finally got up to the top of that mountain. It was just time to be by myself, alone with my thoughts, reflect on me, and just kind of grow and heal. It was a neat experience. Spring just kind of brings that new sense of rebirth, and it's a new chapter, and it just gives kind of a sense of hope and new beginnings.
Are you ready to scoot? Yeah, were you born ready? No. Are you gonna show us some tricks? I think Mom's got some tricks. How do we stay young, you ask? We stay young not by holding down the couch or putting endless hours in at work. We stay young by keeping our bodies in motion. It's never too late to try something new. This year, at 40, I bought myself a scooter. And let me tell you, it keeps this wild woman young. At least that's what I tell myself. I remember this one time in my childhood, my grandma came to visit. So her and my mom probably just wanted a little bit of peace and quiet. So she said, put on your old clothes and get outside and jump and roll in every single puddle that you can find. and it had just downpoured. And I remember jumping and rolling and just getting completely covered in mud. And that has been one of the memories that has stuck with me how many years later into my adulthood, that somebody invented the washing machine so we can go play, so we can get dirty, so that we can be wild and free. And yes, my mom probably just wanted to get rid of us kids for a little while, but my goodness, how much fun did we have when we had permission and were told to go get as dirty as possible.
I might have got frostbite.
You need a medic.
I might have got frostbite.
So what happened to you, sir?
Take off my socks so I can have some look. Fucking die.
And one of my absolute favorite things is to just roll out of bed, get outside, don't have to get ready to get going. Got my PJs on, got my toque on, and I get to enjoy all of the peace of the outdoors while the rest of the world is still sleeping or tucked into their cozy home.
Why do you like the music that the rocks make?
The music that the rocks make?
Yeah.
Because it's just like so natural. You don't have to try to make it sound good. It just always sounds so good every single rock you throw. Thank goodness for the million tiny little pebbles by the water, because it's always just one more toss, one more rock. We could stay here all day and listen to the sounds of the rocks hitting the water. Collect moments outdoors, not all the things. I promise when you look back at the path that has brought you to where you are, it is not the things you're gonna remember. It's the memories with friends or family, or even just you spending time with yourself outdoors that holds that special place in your heart. And the most wonderful thing about memories is that they allow us to relive our favorite moments again and again. We don't always need things to entertain us. Sometimes we have to entertain ourselves. And Mother Nature has such a way with us where she reminds us to use our imagination and to take advantage of all of the little gems that are surrounding us all the time if we take a moment and look around.
Calling out, it's all you trust. Right now, you jump the gun. Like the last time that you chose, it chose you. Calling out, can you light the spark to come out of the dark? Like the last time that you chose, it chose you. You chose you. Yeah, yeah. That day, yeah, that day, that day would go. Falling blind through the open air. Trust the fool, you less somewhere, yeah. Like the last time that you chose it, chose you. You chose you. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, into that day. Yeah, into that day. Yo. That day would go. That day.
I want to leave you with this final note, something to consider, something to ponder. If you want to get wild, breathe easy, let go, explore local, seize the day, get outside, it is all only a hop, skip, and a jump away. You don't have to jump on a plane and fly out of the country or get in your car and drive for hours on end. You simply have to walk out your front door and get into nature and move your body. That is what really, truly makes our mind, body, and soul come alive and feel alive.
October fire, November rain, I left the fleece outside again. Damp winds ground, thirsty